Hello guys, welcome to the channel, Talking with Jay Springer. I'm your host Jay, giving you a video on the channel today. Hello guys, welcome to today's second video on the channel. Earlier on I uploaded my Toy Story movie review. If you want to go ahead and check that out after this video. But we're going straight into the Journey to Spider-Man Far From Home YouTube series with the second video in this YouTube series for the Spider-Man 2 movie review. So I'm going to go through this, give it the good, the bad points and everything in between. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and ratings down below in that comment section. Of course, want to hear them. But without further ado, let's jump straight into it. Spider-Man 2, this came out in 2004, directed by Sam Raimi, coming back again after the first movie, and this is 2 hours and 7 minutes long, and it's an action fantasy sci-fi movie. Now the story of this is Peter has many troubles in his failing personal life as he battles a brilliant scientist named Dr. Otto Octavius. Let's jump straight into the good points. Now the good points about this movie is the movie understands what it's like to be a person and a superhero, what you have to sacrifice in your life to basically maintain everything, balance everything. It's just too much. And Peter, you can't help but feel sorry for 3/4 throughout this whole movie. He's constantly sacrificing his love of his life, his job, his actual time, his sleep, his family, his friends. He's struggling with everything, and you can't help but feel sorry and emotional with him. And also the decisions that he makes, they have consequences. And it also leads to him stop being Spider-Man because he wants to have that relationship with MJ. He wants to be able to live his life and have things that he wants, that he's entitled to. But even that then leads to him questioning himself when people start being sacrificed, being killed, or when Spider-Man's supposed to be there. And I think they've done an amazing job at portraying this whole story, especially this side of the story. This movie is technically awesome. Coming from that first movie, a big upgrade in 2 years' time, and you definitely see the differences. You still get them iconic Spidey shots with the camera movement, everything. It's just pure great entertainment. Sam Raimi coming back for the second movie of this franchise, absolutely smashing it in the first one and smashes it yet again. I just love this guy as a director. This movie done really well with setting up conflicts between characters. I really enjoyed the conflicts, whether it's Harry and Peter, obviously, still know Harry knowing that Peter knows Spider-Man, and then actually find out he's Spider-Man. The conflicts between them two are great, as well as the conflict between MJ and Peter. Peter lets her down a few times, she's really in love with him, he's in love with her, and the conflicts there, as well as even Peter and Aunt May. They have conflicts in this movie when Peter actually tells her that he was responsible in a way for Ben's death, because he was too busy getting money for a car. By the time he got there, Ben was dead. He was waiting for him. He didn't go to the library right like he was saying he was going to, and stuff like that. The conflicts are set up great, and they're pure emotional and really drama driven. The romance in this don't feel forced, it's actually earned in this movie, and this is the romance we've been wanting to see since Spider-Man 1. You wanted to see MJ and Peter get together. That happens in this movie, and all the way through the movie you see them struggling. You understand Peter, but you also understand MJ, and I feel that this romantic side was really well planned out and actually earned on the screen. Still get them awesome action sequences, of course. The one that really comes to mind for me is the train scene where Peter goes against Doc Ock on the train and on the side of the train. Peter's balancing on the side of Spider-Man, train nearly hits him, they're fighting whilst he's trying to balance with all his webs and stuff, and then obviously actually gets knocked off onto the pavement, skidding across the pavement. In my opinion, this is one of the best superhero movie moments of all time. I think the setup for Doc Ock was absolutely done amazingly. I really enjoyed it, especially the whole hospital scene where he's killing all the nurses and the doctors. This felt very horror type, and I hear a lot of people criticise it because it's horror type, but I think they really need to make him look scary in a way, because it really doesn't look at the first really dangerous to Spider-Man in a way. They really need to make him look like that so then he can equal Green Goblin, I think. And I think they've done a great job of that by doing this scene. It really made it look menacing and dark and scary for that character. Now, a movie can't do anything great without a great cast and great actors and actresses. Now, this cast done a great job in this. Now, I want to give a special shout out to James Franco playing as Harry Osborn. Very underlooked character in this movie. I think he done great. There was many sides of this character. You got that jealous side from the first movie. You got the angry, vengeance-driven character. You got the emotional side. You got the friendly side of him. You got all different types of character for Harry in this movie. And I think his performance was absolutely phenomenal. phenomenal in my opinion. Then we go on to the main actor, obviously Tobey Maguire, actually smashing it yet again as Peter and Spider-Man. I think this is a very unique performance for him and very different to the first movie. They really gave depth to the character that we needed for us fans to connect with him emotionally wise. It's Alfred Molina playing as Dr. Otto Octavius. He was perfect casting, guys. He was made for this role, and I just think he looks the part, he acts the part, he sounds the part, he's just perfect for the part, and every second he's on the screen I was completely glued to the screen. This guy was absolutely amazing. If you guys asked me if it was Doc Ock or Green Goblin played by them characters, who would I choose? I'd tell you to go away because I wouldn't know which one to choose, because Alfred Molina's great, as so is Willem Dafoe. Then we have Kirsten Dunst playing as MJ. I thought she was great in this movie, and I really liked that she was more matured in this movie, and I felt like she was more in-depth explained in this movie, her emotions and stuff, and we could connect with her in a way as well. I love the fact she was still trying to find her path in life, even though she's already a successful actor in a way, actress should I say. She's doing well in theatres and stuff, but she's still trying to find herself. She's in a relationship, but she's not really happy. She still loves Peter, and she's still really trying to find herself, and I really found her quite interesting. And the last good point is Rosemary Harris as Aunt May, yet again giving them great emotional speeches in this movie. She has one after Peter tells her that he's sort of part to blame because of what he did that night Ben died. She has a motivational speech the day after, and he feels really sorry. He goes up to her, tries to apologise. She goes, "It's all forgotten," and then she gives an emotional speech, basically motivating him to become Spider-Man. And in that moment, you sort of think, okay, does she know he's Spider-Man? I'm not too sure. So then that was really good. It questions you in a moment, and I really enjoyed the motivational speech. And I think it was an emotional, dramatic performance from her, and I just really love this woman as Aunt May. Now on to the bad points. Now the bad points about this movie is there is a scene which really bugs me, guys. Aunt May is left in the bank by Peter because there's a bank robbery by Doc Ock, and Aunt May never actually questions him, and that really bugs me, because if you was left by your grandson or whatever, nephew or whatever, you would question him. You'd be like, why'd you leave me there? I'm in so much trouble, sort of thing. But that never happens in this movie, and it really bugs me. And then you get that motivational speech which I just spoke about, and then you think, hang on a minute, she may not question him because she knows. I don't know. I'm sort of a bit confused with the whole situation. Now, another scene is the fire in the building scene. Just felt like a copy of the first movie, where they had the fire in the house, and they just felt like they just wanted to add a little bit of extra action in. And it just feels a lot more slow paced than number one. I know it's a lot more dramatic, and it felt more like about Peter trying to find his way. They're all trying to find their way. It felt quite slow. And the last bad point for me is I feel that they revealed Spider-Man too much in this movie. Now, you can sort of understand why they revealed him to MJ at the end, because of their relationship and how she obviously stops getting married to be with Peter. And then you can sort of understand the whole Harry part, because they want to build up for obviously Spider-Man 3. But then all the people on the train, did they really need to figure him out as Spider-Man? So guys, it's a rating time. Let's have a look what the critics had to rate this movie. We have IMDb giving it a 7.3 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes giving it a 93%. And Metacritic giving it a 83. My rating for this movie is an 8.3 out of 10. That makes this totally fucking awesome. In my opinion, I hear a lot of people saying that this movie is better than number one. Me personally, I enjoy number one more, and I think it's because number one gives off that comic book style more, and the whole hero versus the villain, let's save the day. I think this movie has parts of that. I think the first one does it just a little bit different for me. I think Green Goblin was a huge part of why I preferred number one, in my opinion, as well. Now, everyone's to their own preference. Number two is absolutely awesome. Still worth watching. Every time I watch it, it's absolutely awesome, and Alfred Molina's performance alone is just worth every minute you watch of this movie. So guys, an 8.3 out of 10 from me for Spider-Man 2. Don't forget to leave your ratings and thoughts down below in that comment section. If you enjoyed this video, simply smash the thumbs up, lets me know you're enjoying the content I'm giving you. Also shares the video around so everybody else can enjoy it as well, and don't forget, if you're new here, consider subscribing and hitting that bell for much more. You ain't gonna want to miss the stuff coming up on the channel, as well as the stuff already on the channel, just like earlier. earlier on, I uploaded my Toy Story 4 review. You can go ahead and check that out. And also the Spider-Man 1 review is also on the channel, guys, as well. You can check that out. Links will be in the description and an annotation at the end of the video. Guys, this journey to Spider-Man Far From Home is far from over. We've still got much more to come with the Spider-Man 3, the Amazing Spider-Man's, Venom. We're going through a hell of a journey. I don't want you guys to miss it, so subscribe and hit that bell for much more. You ain't gonna want to miss the stuff coming up. So without further ado, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you very much. I've been me, you've been you, and I'll see you next time on Talking with Jay Springett.